Republican Governor Doug Burgum. Governor, thank you so much for being here today. I want folks to know before we get started that 80% of your students are back to in-person learning. You're a perfect person to talk to about this situation and the controversy going on right now. What is your state doing that's making this work?
Well, Alicia, great to be with you, and science and be data-driven, not ideological-driven on all of our decisions during COVID. That's put us in a great position. We've got one of the lowest percent positivity rates in the entire country right now. There's only 37 people hospitalized due to COVID in our state that has over 2,000 hospital beds available. So we've had a majority of our kids back in school and in-person learning since school started in September. We're up to 80%, as you said now. Another 10% are in hybrid. We got about 10% in distance learning. Most of those are on our tribal lands. But we know that having in-person learning is great for the students in terms of not just their learning, but their social and emotional status. We know that when kids are isolated at home, that's not a great place to be. And so we're very committed to keeping our kids in school and very grateful for all of our teachers and school administrators across the state of North Dakota that are working together to have our kids for in-person learning and doing it safely. As you know, there have been no reported large outbreaks related to COVID, related to K-12 in the country. And when kids are there and appropriate precautions are put in place, it can happen. It can happen where you have great education and it's safe for the kids and safe for the teachers.
Your state, by population and by geography, is much different than places like California and New York, these places that have these very large population centers. What do you say to them and to the Biden administration when there are concerns about these higher populated areas and getting those students back into school buildings?
Well, it's true that we've got a geography in North Dakota that's the exact same size, almost identically, as all 6 New England states put together. In a low population. But when you take our larger markets like Fargo and Bismarck, I'm certain that our high schools in those large markets are similar size high school, similar square foot per student as some of the large metros in the country. A lot of school buildings are relatively similar when you get into the urban areas like ours. And we know that even in those large markets, we can have kids in school safely, and we can do it with the right precautions and make it safe for teachers and the students.
Okay, and I want to work our way to the vaccination process that your state currently has underway, because you're one of a handful of states that's really seeing some success in terms of numbers of delivery of the vaccine and getting into people's arms. So what is it that your state is doing, and where do things stand right now?
Well, things stand right now. We're number 2 in the country. We're chasing Governor Jim Justice in West Virginia for that number 1 spot. But 86% of the vaccines we received from the federal government are now administered into people's arms. And we're working on that, of course, every day. But we had a bit of a running head start. We took very seriously our role as a pilot state when we were selected in September. We rehearsed all the logistics. We practiced essentially bringing pre-vaccination shipments into our distribution, dealing with all the obstacles of geography, of getting small amounts of vaccine out to lots of communities in the state. And again, I want to just thank our community leaders, local public health, Department of Health. There have been so many people involved in the logistics and supply chain to drive that forward. We've had great success, and we've really focused on vaccinating the most vulnerable and done a great job of getting those folks in our long-term care, skilled nursing vaccinated. We're seeing that again in lower hospitalizations. We're seeing deaths drop. We had 5 days in a row this week with 0 deaths. And so the vaccination has been fantastic. And for those that might still get an infection, we've been really focused on monoclonal antibodies and getting infusions to people, because again, that has been a way for us to reduce death and hospitalization. So a combination of that, plus we're still among the top of the leaderboard on testing.
Right.
And so the combination of widespread surveillance testing, monoclonal antibodies, and excellent execution on vaccine is what's putting North Dakota on the top of these leaderboards.
And Governor, I don't mean to interrupt, but while I have you here, I do want to hit on the Biden agenda when it comes to climate change, because your state is an energy state. And this week, you directed agencies in your state to determine the impacts of the recent executive orders by President Biden that it will have on North Dakota's energy industry. What have you learned so far?
Well, Alicia, what we've seen is President Biden campaign on the idea that on unity and bipartisanship. We haven't seen any of that in the first few weeks. What we've seen is a barrage, a record number of executive orders. And these executive orders related to the energy industry pose a grave threat to our nation's energy security. And from an economic standpoint, they make no sense because they kill jobs. It's a hidden tax in terms of raising gas prices on hardworking families around our nation that have to commute to work. And most inexplicably, because America produces energy cleaner and more efficiently than anywhere else in the world, if you try to regulate or executive order industries out of business, you don't drop the demand for energy. It just pushes that energy supply offshore overseas. And we had finally achieved, for the first time in my lifetime, the national goal of being able to sell energy to our friends and allies versus buy it from our enemies. And we seem to be reversing course on that. And as we do that, we start buying energy overseas again. We're actually increasing emissions. So if you really care about lowering emissions in the world, then you should want to have the most amount of energy production done in the U.S. because we do it cleaner, more efficiently, and under more regulation than any country in the world.
Governor Doug Burgum, our best to the folks of North Dakota. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Alicia.